Hello everyone! My name is Light, and welcome to the lab! Before we get into today's experiment, let's take a moment to talk to the class. Hello Simon, hello Charles. How are you guys doing today? Do you have anything to say? Alright, well we'll start with you, Charles.
I'm alright, Professor, but I ran out of scaffolding and can't finish me latest project. Can you help?
Well, you know what, Charles? I think I can. Just give me a moment and I'll get back to you on that. How about you, Simon? How are you doing today?
Well, Professor, things could be better. I'm having a hard time getting enough coal for my smelter. Can you help?
Well, you know what, Simon? I think I can help you too. How about you, Johnny? How you doing over here? Yeah, okay. Alright, gentlemen. Well, like I said, I could certainly help both of you, because for today's experiment, we are going to build a Bonemeal Powered Bamboo Farm. This is the third in my small Bonemeal Powered Bamboo Farms, and will be the last one for a little while. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the series, because it has sure been fun. Now, this farm, like the others, is very efficient. You will have a 1-to-1 rate, meaning that for every piece of bone meal, you will get a piece of bamboo. All right. Now, Charles, for your problem, if you have some string, my good man, you can mix that with this bamboo and make yourself some scaffolding, and boom, all solved. Now, Simon, as for you, you have two options. You could use the bamboo itself as fuel, or if you have some string, you could also make up some scaffolding and use that for fuel. As to which one's better, well, we'll discuss that a little later in the video. But for now, let's get over to the build site and we'll get started. Alright folks, we are here at the build site, and as we can see, the area that we will need is 3 blocks wide by 5 blocks deep by 5 blocks tall. So again, that was 3 blocks wide by 5 blocks deep by 5 blocks tall. Alright, now as for materials, you will need 2 observers, 20 pieces of glass, 2 rails, 1 dirt or grass block, 11 building blocks. They could be anything you like as long as it's a solid block, 1 lever, 1 hopper minecart, 1 stair, 2 chests, 2 hoppers, 2 pieces of redstone dust, 1 dispenser, a light source. I'm going to use a sea lantern, but it could also be something like a shroom light, a piece of bamboo, and 1 regular piston. Alright, so I'll go ahead, I'll get this stuff in my inventory, and we'll get started. I'll meet you guys in a moment. Alright folks, I have the materials on hand, and we are ready to begin. Alright, so for the purposes of this build, this will be the front, where the chest is, and back here with the pillar will be the back. Alright, now we'll go ahead, we'll get rid of this pillar, get that out of our way. So come around to the front. First things first, we're going to install a hopper. So we're going to need to remove this block here, which is actually the block that's right in the middle. So go ahead and bash that out. And when we install this hopper, we're going to want the nozzle pointing toward this chest over here. So just go ahead, place it in like that. Now if we go ahead and we break this block, we'll see that the nozzle's pointing this way. Okay, so go ahead and replace that. Next, grab your building blocks. In this row, we're going to want 3. So 1 here, here, and here. In this row, we're going to want 1 here. And in this row, we're going to want 1 here, 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 and here. Perfect. Next, grab your dirt or grass block. We're going to put that on top of the hopper, so that goes right there. Now the next thing we're going to do is put a minecart with a hopper inside this block here. So go ahead and put a block right here. Next, grab your rails. We're going to want 1 here, 1 on top of this block so they connect like that. Next, grab your hopper minecart, put it right here and give it a push. Now you'll see that that has gone completely inside this block here, so that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So go ahead and break this. And in this space right here is where we're going to want our stair. Now when we're putting this in, make sure you're pointing up at the corner of this block like that. So we place it in just like that. And then down here, go ahead and break this block. And that's actually where we're going to put a chest to get the output from the hopper. So just like that. And because we have a stair here, we can still open the chest. Perfect. All right, so far so good. Now next, go around the back of the build. We're going to install the redstone circuitry. So first things first, grab your lever, and that's going to go on the side of this block right here. Next, grab a piece of your redstone dust, and also get your observers ready as well. So we're going to want a piece of redstone dust right here. Next, we want our dispenser. That's going to go on this block right here, and when we're placing it in, we want the face pointing toward the front, so where the chest is. So put it in just like that. On top of the dispenser is where we're going to want our piston, and again, place it from this side so the face is pointing forward, just like that. And when you place it, make sure you crouch, otherwise you're going to open the inventory of the dispenser. Perfect. All right, now come around the back of the build. Off the back of the dispenser here, we're going to want one of our observers. Now, in order to help you place this, you're going to want to break this block right here. So break that, get down the hole, and then looking up at the dispenser, again, while you're crouching, place the observer just like that. So the red dot is pointing down. Perfect. Now you can replace this block here. Next, get up on top of the build. And up here, we're going to want our second observer. So if you want, you can get up on this observer here. We're going to place it in just like that. And we do want the dot, the red dot, pointing backwards like that. Perfect. Now coming off the back of that observer is actually where we're going to put our final building block. So that's going to go there just like that. Perfect. And then lastly, on top of this observer here, we're going to want a piece of redstone dust just like that. Perfect. All right. Excellent. So that is actually the majority of the redstone circuitry. So now we can actually start closing it up and putting in our bamboo. Now the good thing about bamboo, it does not require any water to grow. It does, however, require light, which is why we have the light source. So put your bamboo in like that. Go ahead and grab your glass blocks. We're going to want some going all the way around like this. Okay. Another row on the top. Again, going all the way around. Just like that. And then finally, one more on the top, but you're going to have to pillar up to get to this one. All right, perfect. Now we do have this opening here, but that's okay. We're actually going to put our light source right on top of this opening. So to help you place it, you can put a block on top of the observer like that, and then put your light source in just like that. Go ahead and break that because that's temporary, and hop on down. All right, we're just about there, folks. Next, we want to grab our last hopper and our last chest. So the hopper is going to go on the side of the dispenser. Again, make sure you crouch when you place it. So just like that. And the chest will go right on top of the hopper like that. Perfect. Now above the chest as well, we'll put one more piece of glass just like that. Excellent. All right. And with that, the build is done, folks. Okay, folks, we have some bone meal on hand, and now I can show you how to use the farm. First things first, I do have a couple notes and tips for you. If you want, you could break out this block here, giving you easier access to the chest, but that is totally optional, so completely up to you. And as well, if you wanted to, you could move the light source to, say, one of these glass blocks on the side. However, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to put some type of block on top in order to cover the hole, otherwise the bamboo may go flying out the top. So just keep that in mind. Alright, now in order to get a start on the farm, we got to load up some bone meal into the dispenser. So we put that in the chest, and we can see that immediately starts filtering down into our dispenser, just like that. Perfect. Now in order to start the farm, we would flick this lever, in this case down and then back up again, so really quickly. What that does is it's going to bone meal this bamboo one time, causing it to grow the third stage coming up in front of the observer, which will in turn start a clock. And that clock will keep going until all the bone meal is done, meaning that the farm will actually automatically shut off when the bone meal is gone. Now I know that's a little quirky that you have to flick the lever twice, but it gives us an added side effect. If you wanted to, you could load up the dispenser with the bone meal and actually walk away. And the farm will start on its own when the bamboo naturally grows to that third stage. So, you could be in your base doing something or other, and the farm will just start on its own and do that bone meal or do the bamboo thing just for you. All right. Now as well, this farm will also work even when there's no bone meal in the dispenser. Because we have our light source up top, your bamboo will always grow. So every time we get to that third stage, the piston will go, and of course it'll break the bamboo, putting it into the chest for you. Now you won't get a ton that way, of course, but you will get some over time. All right. So since we have the bamboo here, I'm going to flick the lever twice. And as we can see, that starts the clock. So again, this will keep running until all the bone meal is done, and at that point, it will automatically shut off. Perfect. Now, like I said at the start of the video, the ratio from this farm will be 1-to-1, meaning that for every piece of bone meal, you will get a piece of bamboo. So in our case, we put in 9 stacks of bone meal, meaning the output will be 9 stacks of bamboo. All right. Now, I mentioned at the start of the video that I would talk a little bit about scaffolding as a fuel source and why it's better than just bamboo alone. Well, the reason scaffolding is better is because a single piece of scaffolding will smelt 6 items. It takes 4 pieces of bamboo to smelt 1 item. In order to make 6 pieces of scaffolding, the recipe for that is actually 6 pieces of bamboo and 1 piece of string. So for the extra cost of 2 pieces of bamboo and a piece of string, you're getting 6 pieces of scaffolding, which will in total smelt 36 items. As we can see, that is a lot more than using 4 pieces of bamboo to smelt 1. So, if you're looking for an easy, cheap fuel source, scaffolding is the way to go. And it'll save on your coal too as well. Now, from time to time, a piece of bamboo may spit out of the farm just like that, but if you happen to see it, just pick it up, throw it in the chest. That's extremely rare, but it could happen from time to time. If you wanted to prevent that, you could replace the glass blocks with all solid blocks. Completely up to you. I like using the glass. I just think it looks better, and I don't mind the couple pieces. All right. But on that note, that is all I have time for today. Once again, my name is Light, and thanks for stopping by. Bye!